Hello, hello. Bright and early. That was very quick, actually. I hadn't even got the confirmation I was online and that came through, so very impressive. Especially on the light, my lights run out of battery, so I only got one on today. It looks okay, though. Hello. So hello, Josie. Hello, Nila. And hello, Christina. How are we all doing? I am doing well. I have a snack, so it's all good. I have lots of new things to tell you about. It's all very exciting. I also got some more black. Oh shit. I had some more black and I've dropped something. I'm not sure what it was. I have some more black in the form of something that you definitely can't see from me wiggling it at the screen. It's the strap pegs for my guitar. I'm going to make them black because the more black, the better, right? That's how it goes. I still haven't found my guitar wireless, by the way. If anyone's in the Hamburg area and happens to find one half of a wireless guitar system, then that would be great. The cake is a Spritzkuchen, but it's the Edeka one to celebrate them joining the Punkte scheme, so it's blue. I kind of prefer it to the non-blue ones because the dye in the icing makes it slightly thicker, and it's less wet and it's got more of a snap to it. So texture-wise, it's a little bit better, I have to say. Yeah, I could do that, but it's in a shiny bag, so I don't think it's going to do much. Like, yes, it will help focus, but it's kind of, it's the bag being shiny that's the problem. I've actually had these for a while. I was supposed to send them back because I got this from Amazon, and it's supposed to be black, but you might be able to see that one of them is black and one of them definitely isn't black. So, yeah, but they were pretty cheap, I think, so I'll stick them on anyway. Hello, Mum. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'll make them work. I also have a new phone. I'm very excited by this concept. My old phone has finally given up. So this is, I think I showed you last time, this is on lowest brightness, and you see these things here on maximum brightness. And to demonstrate how bad this is, like, you can't even see the screen because it's zapping up all the brightness. And my phone, I've charged this. I charge it about twice a day. It lasts about 2 hours. It's not very good. But because of the screen thing, it's actually using up a lot more battery. So I now have a nothing phone, which is very exciting. It is absolutely humongous. And it looks really cool on the back. It's very fingerprinty at the moment, but it's very cool. And it has these glyphs at the back as well. And these glyphs, they can be tuned to make, look at that. Whee. They do my notifications, so they light up, and yeah, they can be tuned. So they resonate at a pitch. Each one's a different pitch. So you can make vibration songs using them. It's a gimmick, but I quite like it. And yeah, big old camera on the back of it that kind of sticks out. But it's great because it kind of helps my finger sit on it. And yeah, it's cool. Big screen for watching videos, which is what I do mostly. And crazy battery life, especially compared to my old one. So I got it out of the box at 61%, and I've used it all day since 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. So it's 9 hours of use. And it's on 46%, so it's gone down, 15 in the space of 9 hours. I've got a lot of use and testing out the camera, and I even played a bit of PlayStation 2 on it as well, because you can do that these days. So it's very exciting. I have a weird tickle in my nose. I'm talking a bit weird. I'm going to sneeze at any given moment, but I'm not. I'm going to try not to do that. Oh, and also, hopefully, I'm waiting for the money to go through that I've sent in the direction of a man and woman in exchange for a new motor vehicle. And yes, I very much hope that goes through. soon. And if it does, they will be here at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow with my new motor vehicle. I'm very, very excited by it. It is old and it needs a lot of TLC, but it's cool as fuck and it has TUV for a long time. So that's all I care about. Hello, Denise. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. We've been talking new phone. Very exciting times. Sort of exposed things on there. New phone, and there was a mention of snack, which looks very delicious, as you can see. Very much bad for you. There was talk of new black things, and obviously new car being the topic of the day. It's very hard to get a car in Germany. Like, why is that such a complicated process? I think it epitomizes all of the things you hear about Germany loving their paperwork and their systems and their orders and stuff. That is, it's like that, but the ultimate example of that. Like in England, if you want a car, you go to the car that you want anywhere in the country, and then you just buy it and drive it, and that is all you need to do. Over here, no, you can't do that. You've got contracts, you've got registrations, deregistrations, registration plates, insurances that you need for things, and codes and vehicle numbers and it's a catastrophic nightmare. It's just a gauntlet of paperwork and all kinds of shit. And we've been battling with this for a while, for a few days. So hopefully, it all goes ahead. And there's a tiny chance, there's a 1% chance that I will be able to drive it for the gig in Austria. If not, I'll be driving the shitbox Mercedes to Austria instead. But yeah, yes, the car is black. Yes, it will fit all the gear, band, wife, friends. Yeah, I think with a bit of folding of human beings, it will actually, with a reduction of keys on Marta's keyboard, it should be fine. It's bigger than my car now, which is already pretty big. Slightly bigger than my car now. It's much taller. So it's got more vertical space, and it's got built-in roof rails as well, so you can have the roof box. So it should be good. We'll see. A theory test on Monday. That is terrifying, but best of luck, of course. I'm sure you will ace it. Anyone who studies for it properly passes it. Like no one has any problems with it. If I can do it, you can do it. Oh no, you failed it. Hang on a minute. Reverse what I just said. That is bad news. I'm sorry to hear that. I read that as you got your theory test on Monday. But the downside is there's a really long delay on YouTube. So now I'm going to look extra stupid because whilst I'm just saying this, you're going to be listening to me congratulating it. I know, there's the message come through. I know. I take it back. It's fine. I failed it 3 times and then I passed. I failed my bike one multiple times and then passed. You will be okay. You just book it again and it'll be fine. How closely did you fail it by? Do you get like a score? I know like in England, the score, I think it's out of 50 and you need 43 or more to pass. I kept getting 42 or whatever one below was. It's very stupid. And I thought, really? You're going to use that as an excuse not to pass me? It's so stupid. Yeah. And do you know which ones you got? Was there any questions that you did and then thought, I don't know if this is the answer? Because I think sometimes when I used to go through it, because I'm so experienced in it, having failed it so many times, I used to think, I actually don't know 100% the answer to this. And it's always on those questions. And I think as long as I've only got 5 of those, I should be fine. But I always ended up having like 10 and I was like, this is the worst day of my life. Yeah, tell me what went wrong. Tell me how many points you needed. It was 1 failure point. 1. Damn. That's so annoying. That's what happened to me. Like every time it was 1 point. It was so stupid. And then when I passed it by 1 point the other way. So I think it's just a roll of the dice. There's a million questions. And I guess statistically, there's more likely that you're going to get one you don't know. You just got to hope that when you get that question, you get the right answer. You know, you just happen to guess the right answer, or, you know, it's poopy. Have you rebooked your new one? I know you can rebook it normally quite soon after sometimes, so it's sometimes good just to, while you're in the zone, just go straight back and do it. I think I failed twice initially because I left it too long in between. And then, but my third attempt, I booked like a week, almost a week after my failed one, and I passed that one. I think because it was kind of fresh. That's so stupid though. And the thing is, like, there's people on the road. In fact, I'd probably argue the majority of drivers on the road now never did a theory test, which is so stupid. So you're not being allowed to drive because of 1 point. And yet there's more people driving on the road who never got any points. All they got shown was like a flip chart that was like, do you know what this means? And it's like, yeah, it's a roundabout. That's amazing. You pass. Which is, I think, what it was the case of. And then even stupider than that is that those people also, and I'm looking at you, Mum, although you can drive, I'm just saying, those people like my mum who didn't have to do a theory test also can drive everything. On the back of their license, it says like lorry, like the LKV, whatever it is, like lorries, buses, minibuses, all that kind of shit. And they didn't do any questions. And yet we do questions and a harder test, and we can only drive a car. Big stupid. Oh, it's fine. You don't have to translate it. Something, how can your car hit an iceberg? Searching. That's what that says, right? I would have guessed B, because that's. I feel like if I stick to guessing the same letter, then statistically, without knowing the answer at all, it will work out eventually. Very stupid. And there's so much pressure as well. Do you sit in like little cubes? I remember we sat in cubes, and you weren't allowed to breathe when you were in there. If you did anything louder than I don't know, breathing through your nose, then yeah, you would just get kicked out or shouted at or something. Okay, how do you secure a vehicle against rolling away on the hill? Apply the parking brake. Put the vehicle in neutral. Put the vehicle in first or reverse gear. I mean, is that actually the question? Because I would go I'd go A. You know, you put the parking brake on a hill. Yeah, I guess you'd do that. But that's kind of stupid. They always do that. They always put two answers in there that are fine, because you could say that, you know, you put it in first gear or whatever, but then they also say you don't do that, because what you do is if the car is idle, if the car isn't on and you're resting in first gear, the gears, because of how they're cut in a I think it's called what is it called? A synchromesh. Cutting on the gears. Anyway, when you rest the weight of the car on the gearbox, what you end up happening with is a clutch that can potentially stick to the flywheel, and also the gears getting stuck in the same position. So actually leaving your car in first gear on a hill is a really, really bad idea if the parking brake isn't applied. If the parking brake is applied as well, then that's fine. But if you're using the gears to rest the car, which some people do, very, very big stupid, you will kill your clutch. Or if it's an older car, the clutch will just stick and you'll have problems down the line. If not, you'll have a dodgy first gear, or it will grind when you try and put it into it. So I'd say A is the only answer to that one. So that's what I mean. It's all circumstantial. I think there's the answers are dictated in the book, this holy Bible of carness. But actually every answer has an argument against, in extreme circumstances, there's going to be a different method for it. And I would argue that extreme circumstances are quite common when driving. You always get, extreme circumstances for weather or for other drivers. You can't, predict what another driver's going to do. Therefore, anything he does is an extreme circumstance. So fuck the system. That's all I want to say. Many people in a tiny room. That's stupid. Yeah, this was a very hot room, I remember. And like you had to give them your license when you walked in. And then they would give you your letter when you finished, and they would fold it up at the exact point where you'd know if you'd passed or failed. And some people open it up in the thing. I was never brave enough. On my first 2 attempts, I opened it up outside. But on my 3rd attempt, I just didn't give a shit. And I was like, cool. And then walked out. But yeah, all the other times I did it outside, like, fuck, that's cost me like 30 quid. Yeah, James May made an app that helps you pass, for the English one anyway, because he was sick of the tests. They're so stupid. It's all circumstantial. And the whole thing about cars is that, you can only make the decision that's in the safest interest of yourself and other drivers, or yourself before anyone else. So I hate leading questions that lead you to believe that you need to put the safety of other drivers first, where in other circumstances it's all about you being first, and it's just stupid. Yeah, you do that. Who doesn't love a bit of arson? No harm in a small, a medium to large fire, That's okay. Yeah. I have no other advice really for it other than you just got to kind of do it and then just hope that it works. I think you have no control on it. Yeah, that's the thing. Like 1,168 questions. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. And then the thing is that most of the stuff, once you actually start driving, the driving instructors tell you, like, everything that you learned on this thing, don't do it. It's like it's worse. Like you don't drive how you did in your test anyway. It's just, the whole thing's stupid. It's a stupid exercise. The thing in America is that you basically just drive it around a car park, a closed car park, put it into a parking bay, take it out of the parking bay, and then you go round the block and come back and you pass your test. No theory, no anything. It takes like 30 minutes. It's so stupid. It cannot be trusted. I'm waiting for a message from this woman to tell me that she has my money. And there has been nothing of the sort thus far. Don't know whether I should poke. I'm going to have my cake. Yeah, how is everyone else doing? Like, aside from failed tests and messed up systems, how is everyone else's life going? And then I'll show you a picture of my new car. Although I don't want to until she's told me the money. In fact, when she tells me the money's gone through, then I'll show you the picture because I don't want to doom it. I've not even looked at parts yet. That's so good. Yeah, I will poke. Yeah, I guess she'll poke me. There's a lot of poking going on. But I'm sure she doesn't have the money. She'd be the first to tell me where's the money. Yeah, it's a lot of euros. Okay, so you pass the next one, you have a license by August. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. This is like the final step. Once you've done that, you've already been doing the driving around thing. So once you've got the theory, you just, to get your test done. And then that's it. Like it's such a weird thing. It takes so much of your time and so much of your concentration and practice and worry and stress. And then you just have it. And then it's like, okay, cool. Like I remember when I passed the bike test, I was thinking, wow, I've done it now. Okay. So I guess I just ride. I remember actually when I passed my driving test, I was so nervous when I was first driving on the road. The same day I passed, I already had a car like lined up. It was a shitbox, as it always is. Nothing changes. Anyway, I got in the car and I was so fucking nervous that when I got to the traffic light, my foot was actually like, they were shaking. My whole body was shaking, but I was trying to put the clutch in and my foot was like shaking. So I was so nervous. And I thought, it's illegal. Everything I'm doing is illegal. I shouldn't be allowed to do this. But I passed. And it's you're kind of on your own by that point. It's a really weird feeling, but it's good. Surviving and looking forward to coming to Germany. Good. That's what we like to hear. It's going to be good. There's going to be nice weather. We were talking to the local press a couple of days ago. Was it yesterday? No. Maybe it was yesterday. It feels like a couple of days ago, but it might have been yesterday. Either way, it should be good. And we're just getting the final thingies in order for it. Dog sitting. Wow, that's exciting. Gumbar. That is we use that word to describe the kids. I think Freddie and Ryder have been called a Gumbar more times than their own name. He sounds nice. Oh, that's good. Dog on your lap and a live stream of a man in his late 20s eating a Spritzkuchen. I imagine after the wedding. So they want to take a photo on the day, so it'll be after it. And then we'll get lots of copies and plaster them everywhere, as per usual. I was very useless in the interview and not speaking any German, so I was asked an English question, and then I basically just said I like old buildings and windows are my favorite. Yep, gumbars. Oh man, the ones from Edeka are just unmatched. They're so good. They are the German equivalent of an iced finger. They're so good. And the thing is, Germans don't even drink proper tea. This is perfect for a cup of tea. I shall be washing it down with a tea thus. So everyone's having a nice time. That's what we like to hear. We'll probably complain about the tax or something. I do like windows. Well, the thing is, the architecture of the said building is Baroque architecture, and I like it a lot. So, yes. And it reminds me of the Georgian architecture of the mid-18th century in England, or early to mid-18th century in England. So I like the building a lot, and it's symmetrical, and it's castle-y, and it's cool. And I want it, actually. I felt like it was an episode of Cribs. I was like, welcome to my crib. It will be. Mark my words, I will buy that. I will buy that castle. We shall live there. And it'll be wonderful. It's just cool. It's on the river too. There are no columns. You'll be happy to know. There are no columns. I thought about installing them for you, but there'll be no columns. I have no plan. What I've been doing, actually, I got the master file for the new single, Where Do We Go? So I have that, and I have been working on the artwork for said single. In fact, I have it on my screen now. You can't see it. And yeah, so I'm going to schedule that tomorrow to come out soon. So there'll be new Auger music, and it will start a chain reaction of more Auger music. So yeah, exciting times in the Auger HQ. So if I want to see if I can show you the artwork. Can I add image? Create new. Okay, and then I wonder if I can browse for image. Or I might need to export it, actually. Let me just quickly export this and then PNG. That'll do. Let's do it in a low res. Accidentally click the high res version. This is going to take forever. Oh God. I'll give you a sneak preview of the artwork that I'm working on. I'm very pleased with it. I had a great concept. Oh God, where's my chat gone? Where's the chat? Yes, so basically with the Fascinate Me artwork, I wanted to make the artwork for all the singles cohesive, so it's all part of the same sort of style. A bit like with the old album, there was like the drawings of the cloud and the lungs for oxygen. Yes, it will come out in June. And yes, it's all that. So I wanted to make something that was like the same, a bit like continuity through it. So, yeah, where was I? That's what I'm doing. Ignore me. My brain is completely mushed. So I wanted to come up with a concept for it. And then I realized that I had a black border around Fascinate Me and the logo in the corner. So I thought, well, okay, I will do the artwork for Where Do We Go? And I will follow that same pattern with the artwork and the border. But then I remembered that in Fascinate Me, it has the car's dashboard looking out onto a scene from the view of the car, and then on the top of the dashboard it says the track name. So then I thought, well, I could just make a new scene that the car is parked in front of. So this is my concept. Each single will be the view from the car's dashboard looking out into an image that's related to the track. So Fascinate Me is a big like show theatre thing with the word Fascinate Me on, as you know, because you've seen it. Where Do We Go is going to be an open road, as if to suggest that where do we go? Like there's lots of options to take, open road, that kind of thing. So, and then with each single, there will be a different scene, finishing on what, now, I didn't think of this, but I think Laura mentioned it. I could see where she was going with it. And then I had the same idea. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I know what you're going to say. And it was, I have a concept for the album cover. It's basically finished. And this whole car thing links so well to it. It's ridiculous. So, almost like a happy accident. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I will now attempt to get said artwork